Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We are going to talk a little bit about the Olympics because it's almost comical how bad, how bad the Olympics have been so far. And I'm not even talking about the competition. First of all, Paris is not a city that can hold the Olympics. They haven't done so in what, 100 years? And it's just not a city that's built for it. It was a terrible, terrible idea. Obviously, I'm sure it was corruption that got Paris the games and not a legitimate process in which that was the best deal. So I don't want to go into this too much. I know it's a crazy topic for a lot of people. Interestingly enough, the Olympics themselves deleted their opening ceremony video on their official YouTube page, and they've been going around and claiming copyright on everybody who's put it up. You may have even seen I want to give a shout out because it's only fair because he talked about it. So John at Black and White Sports, I think, did a video recently, and he talked about all the struggles he had with the video that he had put up that had video footage of the opening ceremony, and everything was fine. And then later on, it got blocked and taken down, and he had just had a bunch of stroll. And they're doing that to everyone because it was an absolute disaster, the backlash they got. Go to Twitter and put in boycott Olympics. Now, I scrolled down this quickly just to make sure there wasn't anything absolutely crazy and offensive that I didn't want out there, whether it's language or what have you. And so this is just the order. I put in boycott Olympics. This is the order. So just you may see names that you're like, oh, I don't like them politically, or I do like them. I can't help that all. It's just the order. But there's a lot of people calling this out, right? Andrew and Tristan Tate protesting outside of the French embassy, boycott the Olympics. Don't just boycott the Olympics, boycott Olympic sponsors too. Boycott Olympics, keep it trending. I'm pausing that because I don't want this taken down. Ryan Garcia, Christians stand up, boycott the Olympics. Olympics are done. Once you disrespect Jesus in front of billions of people, it's finished. And there's a lot of this. Who else is not watching? Boycott Olympics. Who is boycotting the Olympics with me? Like and retreat. If you do, boycott the Olympics. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And what is interesting is if you noticed after the backlash, they came out and said all these things that they did were not what everyone was saying. It was other stuff. But you have this, which is interesting. The woman in the center who posted this photo to her Instagram, admitting that it had everything to do with mocking the scriptures, and then she changed it. So this one on the left that says, oh yes, the new gay testament," and then she deleted this one, and on the right she calls it the feast of the gods. But then you have all of this. Yep, apparently the press were told that this was to be the Last Supper because that's what all the press headlines said it was. Now they're trying to yet again change history that unfolded right before our eyes and calls it something else. Feast of the Gods doesn't look anything like the Last Supper, and it goes on and on. And I'll go to this one. The director claimed it was the Last Supper. The actors claimed it was the Last Supper. France and every reputable news outlet claimed it was the Last Supper. The literal printed program called it the Last Supper. Suddenly, after backlash, it's France doing an homage to a Party of the Gods painting. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But even more importantly, we have some of the other issues that we had were because this one I was like, it's more culture, but I just wanted to mention it because it just leads into the everything about the Paris Olympics is a disaster. You had that with so everybody's talking about that instead of some great opening ceremony and the games themselves. You had the air conditioning issue where they didn't put air conditioning in any of the athletes' rooms in the athletes' village, and all these different countries are spending tons and tons of money to bring their own air conditioning for their athletes because the Olympic Committee did not put air conditioning in the rooms on purpose, by the way, on purpose. Also, I believe it was the same night as the opening ceremonies. You had power outages, which was a problem. Apparently, there's also been a lack of meat for the athletes as well, which is absolutely crazy. And then we get this Paris Olympics triathlon training called off as River Seine water quality levels too low. And by the way, this is not a surprise. This has been going on for a long time. I mean, this isn't a surprise for anyone because even in June, it was like they tested it and it was like 10 times the safe level of E. coli. So now concerns about the water quality in the Seine River led officials to call off the swimming portion of an Olympic triathlon training session for a second straight day Monday. By the way, in France, you actually can't swim in the Seine because the water quality is so bad. So how they thought they could hold the Olympics there, I do not understand. I mean, this was a hope and a prayer. The sports governing body, World Triathlon, its medical team, and city officials are banking on sunny weather and higher temperatures to bring the bacteria levels below the necessary limits to stage the swim portion of the race, which also includes biking and running. Absolutely crazy. By the way, if I want to see if I can find it. Yeah, the testing in the Seine on Sunday showed water quality levels leading into the training session that did not provide sufficient guarantees to allow the event to be held, and they blamed it on the rain. But again, the water conditions are so dangerous that you're hoping for incredibly hot sunny weather to help with that, and then when it doesn't, you're going to blame it on the rain because you can't control the weather. Well, yes, then maybe have this somewhere where the water conditions aren't such a hazard. That would be a good idea. And then confident in the fact that we'll be able to be there tomorrow for the men's triathlon event. Confident based on what? What gives you confidence? Here you go. Swimming in the Seine has been banned for over a century, in big part because of the poor water quality. Organizers have invested $1.5 billion to prepare the river ahead of the Olympics. Oh, and by the way, it's not just that. You've got the swimming portion of the men's triathlon, the women's triathlon, the triathlon mixed, and I believe there's some other events there as well. And I think it was somewhere else though, but I did see where they're actually talking about the possibility of eliminating the swimming portion of the triathlon. Now, how would you feel as well as any of the athletes because of all the training that you did, but how would you feel as an athlete if that was your best of the three? If swimming was really your strongest of the three, but you know you could do well enough in the other two that if you do your job with swimming, you've got a shot at a medal. And now they're going to say because of water that's been bad for a century, they're going to tell you that they're going to take away your strongest part and only do the other two. Absolutely, absolutely crazy. I want to show you one other thing if I can find it here because this is crazy. I got to switch to yeah. So since the opening ceremony, by the way, and again, they deleted the opening ceremony from their YouTube channel. I switched over to Google Chrome because there is a browser extension that you can use to see this. Ever since that opening ceremony, they have been getting ratioed on everything, right? I mean, look, women's freestyle wrestling has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
This is a comeback moment for me.
But look at this 288 likes, 6,600 dislikes. This has been what's going on to everything. Everything. Where was I? But look, hello world. Just Gwen Stefani, and we'll check this out. 17,000 likes, 59,000 dislikes. This is pretty much every video since the opening ceremony. I think this one might be opening ceremony. 776 likes, 15,000 dislikes. the Olympics has been an absolute disaster, and it's not just the Christian backlash from the opening ceremony stuff. It is the air conditioning issue and the powder outages and the Seine River and the lack of meat. And people are so upset about all this. So you see, the Olympics had to delete their opening ceremony, which, by the way, is still there from previous Olympics. Look, Sydney 2000 opening ceremony is here, but they had to delete the one from this Olympics, and every single video they have is getting absolutely crushed and ratioed. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the Paris Olympics. Are you watching any of it? Does any of the disaster stuff matter to you? I'm sure it matters to the athletes when you're talking about the air conditioning and the safety of the river and lack of meat. I'm sure there are vegan athletes, but a lot of athletes eat a lot of meat for the protein and just to get the calories they need as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you click away. I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you later.